Hello, everyone. I am Alice of KHR Arts and Cloud Orchid Publishing, and today we are going to talk about, no, really, you have to market your own books. So let's get into it. I know this is a topic that I have talked about over and over and over and over again, but obviously I need to say it again. I can't tell y'all how many times I will be, particularly on Facebook, honestly, is where I see it the most, but I also see it on Instagram too, are people who will post, hey, I don't have any book sales. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Can someone please help me? Which by itself is a perfectly valid question. And honestly, the writing community should be more helpful toward this kind of question. I myself have found that people are very gatekeepy and rude about it. To be fair, a lot of times people are a little too general about that kind of question and aren't really willing to dig deeper than just, what do I do? But that's neither here nor there. What we're talking about is this massive problem of the reason behind this question. When people dig a little deeper and ask them a couple more questions, they find out this person literally did all the work of, they wrote a book, they edited the book, and then they self-published the book, posted it on Amazon, KU, Ingram, Sparks, wherever it is, there's a whole list of places now, and then didn't do anything else. They just thought they put their book out in the world and they're just magically going to get all the sales, and then they are shocked Pikachu face when that is not the case. For the purposes of being helpful rather than accusatory in this video, because it is very easy to be mean and point and laugh at these people and be like, well, I don't know what you expected to happen, is let's all go down that road of, you need to market your books. No, really. You really do. So this, unfortunately, I talked about in one of my previous videos, that the old guard still sells this lie of that all you have to do is just write another book. And that is just not the case anymore. I'm sorry, but we are living in 2025. We are not living in the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, which were the heyday of just write another book and you'll get sales. That was back when that worked. It don't work no more. It hasn't for a while. And there's a list of reasons behind why that's the case, and you can see that in my plethora of other videos that I have talked about this exact topic. The general breakdown of why that's not a strategy anymore is because publishing houses are requiring authors to do the heavy lifting of the advertising more than ever now. More and more authors are going the self-publishing route, which means, guess what? You also have to do 100% of the marketing yourself. And then number 3, there is more competition than ever before, which means that you have to work even harder to market your book in order to get literally anywhere. So literally in today's age, what you're fighting against is the social media algorithm. You are fighting against the machine, the beast, whatever you want to call it. You have to basically uphill battle your way through keywords and hashtags and trends and TikTok videos, and it is very overwhelming. And yes, every single author will tell you that they hate it. We all hate it, okay? Every single one of us hates marketing our book. All of us hates that for the 30 bajillionth time today, we have posted about our book on somewhere on the internet and begged our readers, please go buy our books. We're exhausted. We hate doing it, but unfortunately, it is a continuous battle that the minute you stop is the minute you become irrelevant and your marketing strategy dies. It is an endless, thankless task if you want to get anywhere with your book. And this obviously is for people who want to sell their books, who want to see those sales. If you're the kind of person where this was just a personal project for you, thing to cross off your bucket list where you just wanted to write a book and put it out in the world and then check that box, you did it, congratulations, yay you ordered a few copies for yourself and some of your close peoples and you called it a day, obviously this video isn't for you. And I get that a lot for reasons I don't really understand, is people being like, well, I don't care about making sales on my book. Then why are you here? This video is not for you. Go enjoy your book and live happily ever after. I don't know why you're here. This is for people who want to sell their books, and that's a far bigger piece of the pie of people who are out there writing books is they write books because they want to sell them. And of course, all of us have the dream of wanting to make 100% of your living off of your books, and I talk about that in another one of my videos. And unfortunately, the majority of us will never meet that goal. It's just so hard, y'all. It is harder than ever before to make a living off of your books. Again, for a list of reasons that I talk about in this particular video. But the general rundown of it is there's more competition than ever. Book sale profits are razor thin. Because of all of the brouhaha of the pandemic, there was a paper shortage, and so prices just got jacked up everywhere, and they never came down, and they probably never will, so we have to raise our prices just to make any sort of profit whatsoever, which then makes readers not want to buy our books, because then they're like, why are the books so expensive? And now we're also living in the age of all of the crazy shenanigans going on politically, which are making everything even more expensive, so we have to raise prices up even more because of all that. And again, people are like, I don't want to pay the price because the books are expensive, and we're like, oh, we gotta make a profit somehow. So it's this cat and mouse game of how low can you make the price while still making a profit, and it sucks. It sucks, y'all. We all hate it, and it sucks. And even if you go the Kindle Unlimited KU route and you don't have to worry about those kind of profit margins of paper cost and binding cost and all of that, it's only the profit split between you and Amazon or Ingram Sparks or whatever resource you're using. Even still, those price points still just keep going higher and higher, and it sucks. And the split that authors get for even pages read and all that is still so very small, y'all. They are very small. We are not making as much money as people think that we are. And again, I talk about that in several of my other videos about how these grifters are just selling people this lie of that, oh yeah, if you do A, B, and C, you can get rich quick writing books and get all this money from writing ebooks and blah, blah, blah. And all of that also is very untrue. And I can give y'all a very hilarious example of that I saw the other day, where one of these scammers said that they were selling their Amazon KU account and that they had over 400 books on it. But the funniest part was that they showed the dashboard for this supposed account, and it only had something like $25 total. I don't know if it was for the month or, what exactly the time period was for that amount of sales, but regardless of how much time elapsed for only $25 in sales for having 400 books supposedly is abysmal. It's ridiculous. And so the fact that they were like, oh yeah, I'm selling this great account with 400 books and it only generates $25 in X amount of time is just ridiculous shenanigans. And I mean, also not to mention the fact that it is illegal to sell your Amazon KU account. You can't do that. They will immediately ban your IP from Amazon forever. So don't do that. Second of all, don't buy into these scams because all they're going to do is take your money and run. They're not going to give you the account. And even if they do, it is a lemon of an account. If you really do have 400 books, you should be making way more than $25 a month or a year or whatever. It should be generating way more money than that for that volume of books. And also the fact that, I'm sorry, there are very few authors in the history of literally all time who have written that many books in their lifetime. Do you have any idea how much time it takes to write 400 books? It's a lot. Which also tells us that those aren't real books, they're AI crap, which I don't even get me started on that. I don't care, mad about it. AI books are not real books, they are garbage. They are garbage, and if you have an account with 400 AI books, you're probably going to also see abysmal sales like that because people are catching on to AI books and they don't like them. There's already that trend. There was that bestseller author that people found out that she had an AI prompt in her book, people threw them away in the trash immediately. They were betrayed, they were angry. AI is not the magic wand that people originally thought it was. And not only that, there was a recent ruling saying that AI creations cannot be copyrighted because they are based on theft. And in fact, there is a class action lawsuit going on right now based on the fact that Meta trained its AI on stolen written works by authors, and people are now finding what things that got stolen of theirs that was used by Meta, and it is bad, y'all. So the idea of this magic account that you can just buy is just very Jack and the Beanstalk magic beans type of nonsense, except there is no golden goose at the top for you to be able to take and make money off of forever. There is no golden goose. There's just a pile of crap. But I digress. Again, all of the AI crap and the grifter crap is all because people want to bypass the hard parts of being an author. And unfortunately, one of the big hard parts is marketing your books. It is the part that we all hate doing the most. Writing the book is hard. Editing the book is hard. Publishing the book is hard. Marketing the book, hardest part. Because at least when you finish writing the book, when you write the end, it is the end. You wrote it. Congratulations. That part's done. Once you decide, you know what, knives down, chefs, you be done, editing done, it's done. Once you hand it off to the publisher, your part in it being a book is done. And then once the publisher is like, here you go, it's a book, it's a book. Good job. You have completed that phase of the process. It is done. Marketing is never done. Will never be done unless you just don't care about a particular book, or you don't care about your books at all, and you're like, you know what, I don't care what happens, you know, whatever sales I make is whatever sales I make, and more power to you if you want to go that path. But if you actually want to make real sales on your books and build your brand as an author and be able to, most importantly, make future sales on your future books, you have to keep that beast going, and it sucks. It really does. This is the biggest thing that you have to sit with yourself. Are you a writer or are you an author? Because if you're just a writer, that means you put your story out in the world, you did it, good job, you checked the box. There's nothing wrong with that. I am not throwing shade here. It's just that this is a very important distinction that you need to sit with yourself and make. Or are you an author and you are willing to feed that beast in order to make your books have that longevity and be able to make those kind of book sales you're looking to make? Because it is a massive commitment. And you can't just say, you know what, I'm just gonna not do it. You know what, I'm just gonna only do it when I feel like it. Nah, it's a thing you gotta wake up, rise and grind, and you do every single day. I do it every single day. Most authors that are successful either get up and do this every single day, or they hire somebody to get up and do it every single day. The only people that can just write another book are the last of the old guard that are still alive and kicking, that have already built that audience, and they already have their core audience. And to be quite honest, they probably don't care about that audience getting much bigger than it is, because they already made it. They make a living off their books. Their audience still buys their books. What more do they need? And that's kind of the attitude that I've seen with them, is that they're just happy to feed their big audience that they have, collect their royalties, and call it a day, and do the minimal amount of marketing that they need to do in order to announce their latest release, and that's kind of it. But if you're a new author, or you're an author that only has like 1 or 2 books, it ain't happening. You have to absolutely, before your first book even comes out, you have to start marketing, so that then by the time that you get to the big book release, you already have that audience that is excited to buy it, to pre-order it, to be a part of that book release. You can't wait until the book's already been done. Who's going to buy it? It's a tough process, y'all. It takes so much planning, it takes so much energy and effort. It is not for the weak. Fortunately, yes, really, you have to market your books. So, I hope y'all found this video helpful. If you did, please be sure to give a like. And if you're new, subscribe. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.